Intersection Magazine Podcast.
Hey, so welcome to Intersection Magazine Podcast. This is one of the first. We're recording live from an American guest that we came across through some collaboration and some conversation online through his personal assistant. His name is Tom Paladino. Tom Paladino is into a very interesting part of science. He's into research and healing, and he uses a concept called scalar light. But let Tom introduce himself, talk a little bit about what he does, and describe some of the technicalities about scalar light. Go ahead, Mr. Paladino. Okay. Um, Tell us a little bit about your background. It says you have about 40 to 50 years experience in terms of your research and humanitarian work. How did you get into this study? Okay. 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 Um, Tell me a little bit about the what do you think like the key elements of scalar energy are? You mentioned something about matter um forming nutrients, enhance the energetic state by way of photographs. Tell me about the relationship between photographs and the energetic state. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um, that was interesting. Do you think there's a difference between um, the recent developments in photography with digital photography and what we had in the past, where you had negatives and of course at some point in time we had like Polaroid cameras. Is there a difference in how that energy is captured in those different types of photographs? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. Um, Now, tell me a little bit about the unique experiences that you've witnessed while working in your lab with scalar energy. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 It, okay. I had a thought about 2 3 days ago. Um, there's a there are cultures I think in South America that they won't actually let you take the photograph because they believe that a photograph is it's like you capture someone's spirit. So they probably have a rough idea what they're talking about in terms of the connection between photographs and energy. What are your thoughts about that? Mm-hmm. 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 Are there any mhm. Are there any forms of protection like can someone take have who has a photograph of me use it for the wrong means? Let's say, for example, someone has access to scalar energy and then decides to just, can I, you know? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um, there were two other interesting points that you mentioned. Uh, the connection between scalar energy and photosynthesis with plants. Tell me a little bit more about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh wow. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay. Mhm. Mhm. I suppose my other question is around uh, this trend. There's this trend that I see online about frequencies. What's the relationship between frequencies and scalar energy? Mhm. 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 Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay. Um, just another interesting idea that I wanted to share with you. I'm uh, calling you from East Africa, a country called Uganda, and in my culture, um, they believe that, for example, if I need, uh, if I have a broken bone or something like that, that I can get assistance from a person who may be in another city in another part of the country, and in our language it's called okuyunga. It's like the person can literally fix my broken bone from his home without actually physically touching me. And I haven't done too much research about it, but I know that it happens. So it's just an interesting idea about how without physical touch, because you mentioned physical touch and you said that scalar energy is not bound by time or distance. So just traditionally, we have um, people who have expertise in a system of that kind. I suppose the challenge we have is a lot of what we do or a lot of what exists on the traditional level is kind of viewed as primitive and evil. So I just don't know how um, uh, that can be overcome. I don't know if it can be looked at as a science, if that helps. But uh, just that's just another thing that happens here. Hmm. 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 It is. It is. Um, there's a couple of things that you mentioned which I need some clarification on. They point to, I suppose you can call it Eastern medicine, the Chinese and the Indians. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about the seven chakras first, and then when you're done with those, talk about the 12 meridian points. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Wow. Okay. Then over to the 12 meridian points. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Oh wow. Okay. Um, Great. Um, Now, do you is there a system that exists for diagnosis in terms of figuring out like what's wrong with me, what's wrong with the person? Can you run a test on a photo, for example, figure out what needs to be fixed? Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. Um. Sometimes I've had conversations with people, or I've seen you hear people talk about this person has a negative energy or this person has a negative aura. Is it um, is it possible for human beings to sense that kind of stuff in one another? And is that also an application of scalar energy? Hmm. 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 Okay. Great. Wow. Thank you so much for your time. I'm just wondering, how can people connect with you? How can people, where can people find you? Um, okay. Mm, okay. Mm, okay. Mm, okay. So now, give us a rough idea, because my as I mentioned before, my podcast deals with innovation and technology, and part of it is business. So I have my audience is young people who are interested in business opportunities. So you've mentioned the innovation part. You've showed us the technology. Um, there's that delicate balance between trying to help people as well as, of course, financing your research and your project. How do you do that? Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Great. Um, Man, thank you very much. Great to meet you. I hope we can do this a little more when you make a lot more progress. And I wish you the best in your journey. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, Mr. Paladino, thank you very much for your time. Um, we've done this just under 25 minutes, so that's that's short and sweet. But I think we've covered all the major areas. We've talked about the science of it, the how it works. You've described the radiant points and chakras, um, uh, importance of photographs, the technology itself. You've talked about uh, the, uh, 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 the the connection between what scalar energy does with what light does to plants, um, and of course the benefits. And you've described also the trial period that people who access your website, which is scalarlight.com, can access. Uh, and then your YouTube channel is Tom Paladino Scalar, and then the Instagram is Scalar Light, and the Facebook is Experience Scalar. So thank you very much. Have yourself a great day.